I've been doing YouTube for just under 3 years now, and I'm lucky to say it's my full-time job as I earn a good living from it. But it wasn't always like this. Back when I started, I struggled to even come up with what to post about. And having mentored people along my journey, I know that is a common problem for creators. So if you want to be a YouTuber and you've ever asked yourself the question, what do I even post about? This video is perfect for you. On the screen beside me, I've got a structure of exactly what I'm going to say in this video so you get the most information possible, but I'd recommend getting a notepad or pen because I'm just going to be firing information at you guys. So let's start with the first and most important question. Do you want YouTube to be a hobby or a business? You may not have thought about this yet, but truthfully, it's a very important question because if you treat it like a hobby, it's going to be very, very different than treating it as a money-making business. You see, as a hobby, like this channel, for example, you can post about whatever you want. I've posted about 100 humans versus one gorilla debate, about Schedule 1, these videos about business, everything and anything that I want to post about. There's no real structure, there's no underlying theme, I'm just posting about videos because I want to. Whereas if you look at my main channel, there's far more of a theme going on there. I'm posting about social media tips and giving genuine advice to curate that sort of target audience, with the hopes of monetizing that audience through digital products, info products, and other ways of making money. So you do need to ask yourself, do you view YouTube as a hobby or a business? Because if you view it as a hobby, then videos like this aren't necessarily important because you should just post whatever you want to post when you want to post it. You can go 3, 4, 5 months without a video, it doesn't matter because you're doing it for fun. But instead, if you're posting with the intention of YouTube becoming a business and you earning money one day, then we've got some other questions to consider. So if you've determined that YouTube wants to be a business for you, you have to reverse engineer to what is your goal. When I say what is your goal, what is your reason for posting on YouTube? Because I know lots of people say financial, time and location freedom. That's great, but what are you actually trying to do? Like, are you trying to build an audience to sell ebooks to sell your course to, high ticket mentorship, etc.? What is your actual goal of YouTube? Because how can we reverse engineer to get you to that goal? For example, let's say you are a personal trainer and you make content around fitness to position yourself as an authority in that niche. And your goal is through your content, you can get more clients to personal train for a higher rate to earn more money in your personal training business. Now that is a tangible goal, and that is using YouTube to help your business. And that's a very key point about this because a lot of people treat YouTube as its own business, especially a lot of my mentees when they start out. But really, YouTube is a vehicle, it's a funnel to get traffic to your underlying goal and mission. Those people that just use YouTube to make money, they're missing out on a massive potential of traffic you can get from YouTube, especially long form YouTube. You see, unlike TikTok and Instagram Reels where someone watches 50 to 60-second videos of you, when you're watching a long form video of someone, 8, 10, 15 minutes long, the connection you get with them is far greater. In fact, long form videos on average have a conversion rate of 4 to 5%, as opposed to short form, which is less than 0.5%. So it's 100% without a doubt proven that if you make long form videos, you can build a genuine connection with your audience and that can turn it into paying customers. So you need to identify what your overall mission is with YouTube. I gave personal training as one example, but there's all sorts. You could be a basketball trainer, you could be a gamer, you could be someone giving advice on social media like I do. Absolutely anything and everything is possible. For example, I know someone that made a YouTube channel teaching people about chess, and he's built a community off the back of that and earns a full-time living literally giving chess tutorials. And that guy is someone that absolutely loves chess, so it's literally the perfect job for him. So once you've identified your overall mission with YouTube, you have to make sure that every video you post, one way or another, is linked to your overarching goal. Because trust me, I've been in YouTube for a long time now, and a lot of people chase empty views, especially me at the start. You see a topic's going viral, so you want to post about it to get the most possible views. But this is a business. You want to create customers, not empty viewers. Just because 100 humans versus one gorilla is popping off right now, doesn't mean you should post about it if you're in the basketball niche. But with that being said, you can always apply viral trends to your niche. Let's say, for example, you are a doctor and you want to make content around medicine. You could do 100 humans versus one gorilla, a doctor's perspective. That is a way of you applying a viral trend to your own niche. And so anyone that watches a video, you hope at least, has some kind of understanding or wants to know about medicine further. And if they enjoy your content, they can subscribe and be a constant and returning viewer. Because you may have heard this before, but the returning viewer metric is far more important than subscribers. Subscribers can be empty for a lot of people. In fact, I'd go as far as saying that nowadays, subscribers don't even really matter on YouTube. You want to create an audience of buyers, not just viewers. When you create content, you want to position yourself as an authority in that niche. Someone that gives straightforward and actionable advice, and someone would be willing to pay for your services. But if you're making content that is seen as entertainment rather than education, you're not going to be able to convert enough viewers into potential buyers. So make sure you always position yourself as an authority in your niche, and content you make relates back to your overarching mission. So every video you produce is as if it's bringing in a new potential customer for you. Okay, so that covers the overarching aim of YouTube and should give you some ideas of the type of content you should make relating to your niche. But now let's dive into how to get specific ideas if you're just completely stuck on what to post about. The tool I use is called vidIQ, and I'll link it down below in the description of this video so you can check it out. I never normally leave links in the description of these videos for this channel, but I'm going to do it for this one because I'm a partner with vidIQ, which means if you do sign up and get their pro plan, you get the first 30 days for just $1. And this is not available on their website. This is only available if you go through a partner like myself. Then what I do with vidIQ is I type in my niche into the search bar. For example, it could be social media growth. Then what pops up on the right is a volume and competition score and an overall score for that search term. It goes without saying that the higher the score, the better the video. Now I want you to remove volume and competition and replace that with demand and supply, because YouTube and practically any social media is just a massive game of demand and supply. Can you make sure you post about content that's in high demand but not yet saturated with competition? And if it is saturated, can you find a way to stand out aside from your competitors? So for example, fitness is very saturated, but if you say fitness for 40-year-old mums, you've identified a sub niche which stands out from everyone else just making generic fitness content. So if you are a 40-year-old mum in the fitness niche, that's a good opportunity for you because then you can relate directly to that target customer. Search a bunch of those key terms using vidIQ's sidebar and you'll be able to gain an understanding of what are good video topics and what aren't. And for me, the easiest metric for that is understanding the keyword score. The higher the score, the better. Another way of finding good ideas is through cross-compatible niches. This is one trick I use all the time on my main channel. Let's say you are posting in the football niche. What you could do is look at what your competitors are doing, what topics they're posting about, what ideas, and add your own twist to it. But what you could also do is look at what people are doing in other sports. Golf, basketball, rugby, for example, what they are doing and apply it to your own niche. Although those sports are not exactly like football, the niches are very similar. In fact, they're cross-compatible because you're looking at both similar sports. So for example, if someone does a 24-hour as a D1 basketballer vlog, if you're a footballer, you could do 24 hours as a footballer vlog. Equally, you can do this in other niches. Let's say you're in e-commerce and you see someone in agencies making a 7-day challenge on starting a brand new agency using AI. Well, you can apply that same concept to e-commerce, starting a brand new dropshipping store with AI. Once you do this more and more, you'll get the hang of it and you'll get unlimited ideas from cross-compatible niches. And remember, when it comes to a video, there's 4 key components: the idea, the packaging, the scripting, and the editing. The idea is by far the most important. If you have $1 million idea, then you are onto a winner. If you have a bad idea, it doesn't matter what you do for the rest of it. The packaging, the scripting, the editing, etc., it will not save a garbage idea. So spend the most amount of time on the video idea and do not rush this part. A lot of people, they get wound up and burn out from YouTube because they're always trying to come up with the best possible ideas and they struggle to do so. But honestly, one good idea is far more important than 4 mediocre ones. Once you've got the idea down, packaging is the second most important part. A title and thumbnail that gets people to click. Because you may have the best possible YouTube video, but if the title and thumbnail is not appealing enough, people will not click. And then of course, scripting and editing makes up the bulk of the video. The first 5 to 10 seconds are very important to hook the viewer in. In fact, once someone's watched the first 30 seconds to a minute, there's a good chance they'll stay towards the end of the video. So make sure you spend a lot of time experimenting with different hooks at the start, and when you find one that works, apply that style across all of your later videos. But remember, most of all, have fun. I've been in YouTube for the last 3 years and it's like a treadmill sometimes. You're always making brand new content to replace the old videos posted. And that never ending treadmill of content is not fun sometimes. But remember, YouTube is meant to be a fun way of earning money. So don't be sitting there locked in and stressed out because you're not getting videos out consistent enough. Over time, you will optimize a strategy through different editors, designers, etc. to help lessen the burden on your shoulders. If you are an educational content creator and want to start up your own YouTube page and you want help from me, let me know in my Instagram DMs. It'll be linked down below. If I've inspired you in this video, let me know in the comment section that I've helped you out. And remember, you're the only person that can make it happen, but you're also the only person that can mess it all up.